Good morning, fourth grade. Welcome back to another week of e-learning and another week of art. So what we are going to do today is we are going to be starting a new project, and it's going to be a fall project. We are getting closer and closer to fall weather because it is chilly in the morning and warm in the afternoon. And I thought it would be a good idea if we got a little jump start on some of these fall projects. So what you guys are doing this year is you are doing one large fall pumpkin, not a jack-o'-lantern. A jack-o'-lantern has a face. We are not adding a face. So we are doing just one large fall pumpkin with a spooky background and grass down at the bottom. So I am going to break this down for you step by step today. The supplies that you are going to need are a large piece of paper, and if you don't have a large piece of paper, that's fine. You can just use a small regular piece, a pencil, and a black crayon. I'm going to do this step by step so you can follow along, or you can watch the whole video and then replay it and then work at your own speed. If I ever go too fast, you can just pause the video and then catch up with me. So let's go ahead and get started. In the middle of my paper, I'm going to draw a long, skinny oval, okay? This is going to be the very middle part of my pumpkin. Now remember, pumpkins are not perfect. So if your oval is a little wobbly or it's just like a little crooked, oops, hang on, our light's turned off. Be right back. Okay, that's better. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have our oval in the middle of our paper. And like I said, if it's not perfect, it's okay. Pumpkins are not perfect. If you go to a pumpkin patch, you're going to find pumpkins that have broken stems, pumpkins that are lopsided, pumpkins that have a flat side. They all look different. Okay, so once you have your oval done, then you're going to add 2 more ovals on both sides. I like to kind of call this like a hot dog because this is like your hot dog in the middle. And now I'm going to add a bun on the sides. Just like that. Okay, so right now this is a really skinny pumpkin, and we want kind of a wider pumpkin to fill up most of our paper. So I'm going to add another bun. And you might have to practice this a few times before you start on final draft paper, and that's okay. Remember, I've had a lot of practice drawing these pumpkins, and this is the first time you are doing it. So you might need to practice first before you jump into your regular paper. Okay, now I need to add my stem. When you do the stem, I'm going to give you a couple choices. You could do just a regular stem that looks like that, or you could do kind of a fancy stem, which gives you an oval and then 2 curved lines that come down. So you could do a stem like that. Or you could do another oval, but you just do it this way. Okay, so I'm just leaving that up to you. Or if you have another version of a stem that you want to draw, go for it. So I'm just going to do the one where it's got an oval at the top and then the stem comes down. All right, there we go. So now I have my fall pumpkin drawn. The next thing I want to do is I kind of want to add a leaf growing off the side. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm going to. And then I'm going to add the grass line. The grass line is going to go behind the pumpkin, okay? You're not going to draw it down here because then it's going to look like your pumpkin is floating. So you want your grass line to go behind the pumpkin. And I'm just doing a zigzag line because I think it's going to make it look a little bit more interesting once it's all done. If you want to do a straight line, that's fine too. Okay, so now I have my grass. If you want to go in and add a few more grass lines here down at the bottom, that's fine. It's up to you. Okay, once that's done, then I want to start working on the background. I want this to be a nighttime sky, but if you want it to be a daytime sky, then you can just do a regular circle somewhere on your paper so that it looks like the sun. But I'm going to do a moon. So I'm going to do almost like the letter C and then make it look like a crescent moon. All right, so I've got my moon in the corner, but you can put it wherever you want. And then I'm going to add some spirals, so it looks kind of like a windy night. And I don't want my spirals to be like too tight, because if you do a spiral like this, yeah, that looks really nice and it looks really cool, but you're not going to be able to make it into a shape, okay? So you don't need to do a whole lot of detail. All right, so I'm going to do my next one. And if you wanted this to be a daytime sky, you could still add the spirals so it could look like wind on just like a sunny day. Or if you wanted to, you could go in and add clouds. That's up to you. Now, I want these spirals to get turned into shapes. So I'm just going to go out to the edge of my paper, and I'm just going to follow along with that spiral shape until it becomes something that I could color in later. And remember, we're all just learning, we're all just practicing. So if you need to take a break and practice on a different piece, no big deal. All right. I like to start on the edge of the paper when I do this, because sometimes turning a spiral into a shape can be kind of tricky. So that's why I like to start on the edge. Okay, one more. All right, so now my spirals are done. I want to add like some stars to my sky, so I'm going to add just a few little polka dots. There we go. Okay, I'm done with my pencil. So what I'm going to do next is take my black crayon, and I am just going to start tracing over my pencil lines. Now, I'm not going to trace the whole thing because I want to give you guys time to work on your own. And you don't need to watch me trace. Just make sure when you're tracing that you're pressing down kind of hard and that you're staying on top of your pencil lines. Once you're done, your paper should look very similar to this completed one. This is where I want you to stop for today. Take a photo of it, okay? Don't forget that step. Take a photo of it and upload it to the week's Google Classroom, okay? If you're gonna move ahead, that's fine, but you need to take a photo of this and upload it so I know you're working on it, okay? Because if I don't hear from you and I'm not getting any assignments turned in from you, and it's been 3 weeks, I'm just going to assume that you haven't done the project. But then at that final week, I get a photo from you of it all done, okay? So make sure you're taking a photo at every step. So stop here today, take a photo, and upload it. Then if you want to work ahead, then you can move on, okay? So go ahead, you can start working, and I will talk to you soon, 4th grade.